We're back at Mark's house. It's fall, so now it's time to start thinking about firewood. But if you've learned anything from my other videos, we're not talking about firewood for this year. We should be talking years out, but we've got some big pieces we gotta split up by hand. Let's see if we can make it happen. So before we start splitting here, the first thing we have to recognize is what species of wood we have. This is oak, which means it's a short, stiff fiber, which makes a relatively brittle wood, which means we can go at these things right in the middle. If we have a stringier wood with long, soft fibers, we got to work around the edges, but on this one, we'll be able to attack it right from the middle. The first step in that, on each piece of wood, you got to assess the weak spot. So on this one here, we can see a crack forming already. So our goal is to hit it here and here with the maul and try to extend that crack through. See if we can get this thing popped in half. All right, so we just repeat this process on all these and get them cracked up. Piece of cake to come back and all right, let's try a bigger one. This one's a bit more complicated. We've got a series of cracks going on, but we've got this piece where it's growing together here, so I'm thinking this line here will go after. Now we can leave it like that, start splitting around so it holds itself.
You know, Nick, one of the things that I noticed was we haven't had this covered, and so I worry about the wood getting too wet, but I can see that it's perfectly dry inside.
Inside, yeah, you'll get a little of that underneath the bark.
Yep.
But overall, it usually doesn't make its way into the wood.
Right.
Part of the reason why oak and red oak in particular is so sought after.
Right.
Well, we're making pretty good progress. It makes it easier that this is all red oak. We have one piece here that I'm going to pass on the double growth. Some of those just need to decompose and go back to nature on their own. Just a few pieces left here to split, and we're gonna call it a job well done, or a job done well, or a job done, something like that. So this is a splitting maul made by Stihl. I got it as a present one Christmas. Most people might not like this as a present, but I do. And the head is loose. a little bit today. I was reaching over and actually struck one of the logs here and rattles the head loose. On most mauls, you'd have to try to shim back underneath for the handle and try to tighten that back up, but Stihl has an interesting design here with this top cap and a screw. When I get back home in my shop, I'll show you how that works and to tighten this thing up. So that's a very nice feature to the Stihl Maul, and it also makes changing handles very easily if you get a split or something like that in there. But what you are paying for is a high quality handle also. You can tell by the grain, the type of wood, things like that, if it's going to be a good handle or not. I personally prefer wood handles yet over fiberglass. Fiberglass tends to be a bit whippy. These are definitely stiffer. These are definitely stiffer and help you transfer more of that energy to the log you're splitting. But of course they are natural and they dry out over time and can't split. But if you start out with a higher quality piece of wood, like they do with this model, that's less of a chance of occurring. Also, you've got the metal collar up here to protect from strikes up by the head. Let's get back to it. We're back in the shop with our Stihl Maul. I'm going to show you how to tighten up this head if it loosens up on you. We just need an impact or a drill with our Torx bit. We'll take out the screw in this top cap. See, that's pretty standard, just a large screw, wood screw. And then our top cap. This plate has a little pin in it. We can see what Stihl has going on in here. It's a pretty good amount of rust in there. But this tightening system, pretty unique. What they've got going on in there, all you need to do is tighten that screw to tighten this baby up. So we're going to put the top cap back on. We're going to put our screw back in. We can hear and see how loose this is. We're going to tighten this thing up, see if we can get rid of that plate. So even before we brought that in, this thing was loose on there, tight as can be. I've done that about 2 times now, you know, hit a different log, things loosened up a little bit. Just hit it with the impact a few times, tighten it up, you're good to go again. This thing is a bit extra than your Fiskars, anything like that, but the quality of the head, the weight of the head, that tightening system, the quality of the handle, this metal collar, that's what all makes this worthwhile. So I'd recommend anybody who does any amount of splitting, get yourself a good tool like this one. Thanks for watching. Adios.